Hello all. In this video, let's solve the LeetCode problem 206, reversing a linked list. Here we are given with a singly linked list and we have to reverse this singly linked list. Let's see the example. Here there is a singly linked list with 5 nodes with the values 1 to 5 and the result is in a reverse order. So this is what the problem statement is, and let us implement the approach in Java. Here we are given with the definition for singly linked list and we are given with a method reverse list also. So the approach that we are going to discuss is we are going to have a previous pointer which points to the previous node of the current node, and we will be having a current node which will point to the head initially. And our approach is when our current node is not equal to null, we're going to perform certain conditions. That is nothing but we're going to assign the currents next to the previous, which will actually reverse the actual node. So let us implement this. For this, let us create a list node previous, which will initially be null, and we'll create one more list node which is current, and this will hold the head of the singly linked list. Our condition is while the current node is not equal to null, we're going to perform certain operations. They're nothing but I'm going to create a temporary list node which is going to store the next node. So let me take this as temporary next node, and that is going to point to the current next. So in this case, initially previous will be null and current will hold the value of 1. And while current is not equal to null, yes, this loop is satisfied, which means this loop executes, and temp node will hold the value of currents next. Currents next is nothing but 2. So temp next will hold 2. So once we create this, we are going to assign the currents next as previous. This is the actual thing that we're doing in reversing. So this is the part where we reverse. So the current is nothing but 1. Once we store this 2 in the temp next variable, we are going to assign the current that is once next as previous. We know the previous is null, right? So it will be like 1. 1 will be pointing to null. That's all. So initially in the first loop we have reversed this node 1. So it is null 1 and we have done it to 1 null. Okay, once this is done, we are going to update previous. So previous will be nothing but the current value, that is 1, and current will be the next node, that is nothing but temp node. So at the end of this loop we'll be getting 1 is pointing to null. In the second loop, 2 will be pointing to 1, 1 will be pointing to null. The same way, the entire singly linked list will be reversed. For that, we have to return the previous node. So, only previous node will be storing the reversed singly linked list. So, in this case, my previous will be current. Current is nothing but 1. So let me iterate, give you a simple dry run for this. Initially, the current node is nothing but head. Head is 1. Head is 1. While 1 is not equal to null, yes. So temporary node is equal to current's next. Current is 1. 1's next is 2. And now current dot next will hold the previous value. So current dot next will become null, and previous is equal to current. What is the actual current? Current is 1. So previous will hold the value of 1 and current will hold the temp nodes. Temp next. Sorry, it's not node. It's temp next. Okay. It will hold the temp next. That is nothing but 2. And this loop executes and it doesn't fail. So when does it fails? Only then we're going to return previous. So initially here the previous is like current, right? But the initial previous was null. So it will be like 1 will be pointing to null and then 2 will be pointing to 1 null at the end. Then 5 is the current node. This loop executes, and at the very next thing, it will be pointing to 5's next. 5's next will become null. So while this is null, we'll be returning previous, and this will be something like 5 is pointing to 4, 4 is pointing to 3, 3 is pointing to 2, 2 is pointing to 1, and 1 is pointing to null. This is what the final output will look like. Okay, now let us just compile this. Compilation successful. Now let us submit this code. Yeah, our code is successfully submitted. So this is how we reverse a singly linked list, and here's the implementation of reversing a singly linked list in Java. Thank you.